Hey, give me a cold one.
Hey, Tang, take a cold one.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Game and Dads.
Game and Dads.
So today we are talking about 9.1, which I don't know if you look back at the videos we predicted would be releasing tomorrow.
The exact date. Just saying.
Just saying. I'm not gonna say we're good, but we're pretty fucking good.
We're damn good.
So we're gonna go over 9.1, our expectations, what's being released. Obviously, we won't be getting into the raid and all the other stuff because they ain't coming out until another week or so. So, let's just jump into it. Let's just get into it, man.
All right, starting
9.1.
out. It's finally here. Tomorrow we can play this Korthia. It's the new zone. So to start with, they were saying it looked really underdone. Now they're saying it'll be about the normal. You'll get a new zone. It's you can farm the updated legendary currency in the zone along with something called research for more gem slots and whatnot. Are you excited about Korthia at all, sir?
No.
You heard it here. No.
Dead ass for real. No, I'm not really. Well, it's just not what it used to be, man. I feel like there's I'll still play it. I love it. It's part of my fucking life now. But I don't know, man. I want them to bring back, since I've been playing Classic, right? The class storylines, I'm not gonna say the fight to get good gear, right? Because I mean, even in Classic, it's not very hard to get geared, right? It's a little tougher, but there's not enough. What am I looking for? Like, the reward doesn't feel as great, right? If I just spent a week doing Mythic Pluses and I get, one or two epics, that feels far less like great than if I spent, a month farming up my cooldowns and buying some off the auction house to make this awesome piece of fucking gear. You know what I mean? I think they need to bring back tier sets. I don't know what they're waiting on. They promised that we were gonna get tier sets. Like, I want them, and I want them like yesterday. And I want to see not just like tier sets like, oh look, we all wear cloth, so here's the same cloth for everybody, but it does something different for everybody. I want the warlock to look specific to a warlock, and I want a mage to look different from that warlock because it's a mage, right? I don't all want to look alike. I want to like broaden it out. So if you want to say, hey, but that takes so much time and effort, yeah, but so did the stupid system where you had to change your conduits.
Yeah, conduits.
Like, come on, man. Like, stop it. Just stop it. And now you're telling me, like, I haven't really done a whole lot of research. Like I said, I've been balls deep in Classic Burning Crusade.
It's been hard to get them off it. I leveled and I was like, yeah, I'm done.
All right. Well, you played through it. I mean, you lived this, right? Well, I didn't really get to. So for me, this is like new stuff, right? It's new terrain, if you will.
Yeah.
So, but it feels, everything I do feels like almost like a reward. Like, oh man, I did this. I finally got it. The bosses, stupid easy. Like, if you have anybody with kind of common sense, like, it's simple. But you're telling me that there's a new talent tree inside.
No, that's it's in Torghast. It's in Torghast.
I hate that. Why? Now I gotta like farm something else to make a whole nother talent tree. It's just
some more things about Korthia. Not only is there a new currency, there's two new currencies. There's one I think called research. You can use the research to actually farm gem slots, and then you can farm some of your mythic stuff outside of Torghast in Korthia this time. So that'll be cool, Also, Korthia is going to be key to unlocking flying. It's going to be key. That's where you're going to unlock flying. So whether you're excited about it or not, you're about to spend the next month every day rolling up in Korthia.
I don't have any issue going to Korthia, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, I saw the zone. I wasn't overly like, ooh, it's so beautiful. You know what I mean? But And then again, it's not terrible
mean,
either. I've seen worse zones for sure.
We certainly complained about red and black, so I guess they were like, well, we'll give you gray and black.
Right, right. So,
But I'm not overly excited about it, but it'll definitely be cool to actually want to log in and do some quests I haven't done before. That part will certainly be cool. I think all the new cinematics will be cool. Tomorrow we should be getting a new cinematic, so we'll be getting a video out on that as soon as possible. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers about all the important stuff for Korthia. Next up, we're going to go over Tazavesta Mega Dungeon. So we just found out about a week or two ago that with Tazavest, every single boss is going to have a hard mode. And my first thought on that is awesome, but then I'm like, well, I didn't even do hard mode on Nomergon. So
yeah. I like that you have the option though.
What are your thoughts on Tazavest?
I'm super excited about it. Everything I've looked at it, I've reviewed, I mean, reading over a fight and then actually doing the fight can be two different total things. But if it plays how it reads, it sounds like there's some really cool fights in there. So I'm pretty excited about that. That's probably the most excited thing I am for this patch.
Is the new Mega Dungeon? Yeah,
I think that'd be cool.
I'm hearing between the normal mode and the hard modes, it'll drop up to just 232. So just farming Tazavest every week, you can get 230 something item level. That alone. So that's pretty cool. The only fight that I really know about or looked into is the dragon fight. You know me, I love dragons. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for the new dungeon. I mean, I'll definitely be trying to get in there tomorrow or Wednesday for sure after I get all caught up. It'll definitely be nice, and then they'll probably give us a couple months, and then they'll split it into 2 mythics, and then that'll go from 8 to 10. So I mean, that's whatever.
Then it'll go from fun to miserable.
Yeah, that's exactly what'll happen. And I cannot believe they're really sticking with this. You got to do all 15s twice. I cannot believe they're sticking with that,
dude. I will not. Okay, and if you're gonna do that, that reward should be good.
It shouldn't be the same out. You can't. I mean, dude, have you even seen the recolor? Have you even seen the
so subtle?
Whatever. You're not even gonna notice. Yeah, if
no.
you got season 1 next to season 2, you're gonna be like, what they buy a different variant? That's all you're gonna think.
I will not be doing it. No, sir.
So Mythic Plus, unless they really change something, I really don't think I'll be getting big into that this tier. I got we got our achievement last tier. I ain't doing double the work for the same reward.
No.
So
this is the thing too. Okay, look at back in MoP, right? They got all the weapons, right? And you were able to unlock all the weapons. That was cool, right? It was just cool little cosmetic thing. It didn't do anything special. But you know what? You could see, oh hey, this mofo knows his stuff, right? Yeah. But if you go even if you for instance, if I did do it, right? Unless I mount up, you don't know, right? No clue. Why don't they bring back the cool armor sets that they did? When was that? WAD, dude.
WAD, all you got was transmog.
Dude, but that was sweet. That was some sweet ass transmog, man. That's probably the best gear sets in the game for a while, man. Yeah. That's what we need. That right there. If you want to make it so that we got to do every 15 twice, I would do it for that. No bullshit. If the gear sets look good,
it better be a badass gear set, and I better get some gear, and it better be a new mount. To do it twice, that's bonkers, dude. Not a chance. Not a chance.
I'd do it. I'm that disgusting about a transmog, I guess. But I would definitely do it for the transmog. If they were of good quality like they were back in WAD. That's just me. Yeah. So
alright. Well, next up, I'd say what we're both the most excited about, all we really care about in Modern WoW, and that is the raid, Chains of Domination.
Chains of Domination.
Oh man, if you had to pick one thing that you're most excited about for the raid, what is it? It can be a weapon, a boss fight, a cinematic.
We all know I play Hunter, so
I'm
excited about the legendary bow.
Have you seen where hunters are at supposedly on DPS charts? Because they've been updated, buddy, and it's not looking pretty. It is not looking pretty. All 3 specs are bottom. Boom.
Yeah, it's not that great, but you know what? I love my Hunter, and even having the legendary bow, from what I understand, is not a major DPS upgrade. It's supposed to be really good in Mythic Plus. I've heard that from Bellulaire and a
And
couple other
PvP.
sources, but
And
and
PvP.
PvP, yeah. So, but it's not supposed to be overall like a great DPS upgrade like the daggers that you could get for rogues, or there is a pole arm, but we'll get into that. So, yeah,
Ma-
I'm super excited about the bow, regardless of the fact it'll be my first legendary ever owned. So I'm pretty pumped. So, but I think it's kind of weird that you get a legendary from normal, heroic, and mythic.
Yeah,
It's kind of weird.
yeah. I think I,
Usually
th-
it was
I think the
only
normal one should be like an epic. You know what I'm saying?
see
But
this
but but
this
you
is
know
where I
what?
come into
Now week one, you got a chance of getting it if you go hard enough. You know what I'm saying?
true.
So
But this is where I also think that not week one, because week one there's no raid, but week two, yeah, week one of the
week
raid, I
one
got you.
of raid, week one of raid.
This is where I also agree that like look at when you played a mage, you had that awesome staff, right? You were like one of the
Staff
first
of
people to have it.
Terra goes to
Right.
third person on the server. What up?
Yes, but you had to collect a crap ton of stuff to get it, right? It was a fight, and you started out with like an epic, and then you had to
Yeah, dude.
transform it into this, and you had to collect so many things. Dude, that was a legendary, right? That's how you should earn a legendary. Even like, what is it? In the Lich King, they had
A quest
Frost,
line.
not
Frostmourne.
Frostmourne, but it wasn't Frostmourne, but it was like very similar, right? It was the axe. Like there was so much questing to get that, and you started out as an epic, and then you worked it up to legendary.
Well,
I
to be
think that's
fair
how it should be.
though, to be fair, in your current classic game you're loving, there's a legendary bow that drops off in the last raid. You know
You're
what I'm
not
saying?
wrong.
It just drops.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
So
But if you don't remember, no hunters used it because it used normal arrows. It just created arrows out of thin air, but they were normal, and all the hunters used specific arrows to increase their DPS. So it was actually given more to like
I didn't know
rogues and
that.
warriors. Yeah, it was given to rogues and warriors to pull and to do range attacks, and the hunters themselves actually didn't use it because it was a DPS loss because they couldn't use their arrows that did so much damage.
Well, that's messed up.
Yeah, so booty on that. So
Um,
all those people are like, "Oh, dude, hunters already had a legendary bow. Why is it gotta be a bow?" Because it wasn't a bow for hunters; it was a bow for stupid warriors and rogues. And then they got the warglaives too. Oh, cheating assholes.
why you think I rode a road if I was gonna play BC, dude? I already been down that road one time.
Oh,
I
Lord.
know what class to play.
This
Oh,
dude hit 70 and hasn't touched the character since. He might have done 2 dungeons, and that was about the max of it.
hey, you know what? 9.1 said it was coming out. I was like, oh, I'm gonna chill. I had a surgery. I've been busy, so
Yes, but our director of the art is who makes all of our stuff. Oh, tree fruit pretty boy / man dude. That man, he's been in it with me
is
all
it
day.
going ham?
Like right now, I'm out here farming herbs. I'm doing this video, just going out here flying around, getting that nether bloom.
Oh man. So I'm really excited about the two-hander, and I love that it eats weapons. Whether or not there's a debate that it, at a higher end makes it worse, I just love the whole idea of like my weapon's so beast mode, I'm gonna rip this shit apart and put the best pieces in it, you know, or like it's like fucking Harry Potter. You like do a spell, the sword opens up and eats the fucking weapon or something like.
Okay, so the weapon itself is somewhat I understand is pretty nice, right? And yes, it can eat other two-handers, right? Um, but there's like a penalty to it. So if it eats the two-hander, which from what all the other streamers that I've listened to and even some of the reading I've done on like Reddit and stuff like that, people complaining about it because you lose your secondary stats and then you just get the proc, and the proc is not as great. You know, it's good, right? It gives you like extra strength.
Yeah, but does anybody have
but,
that level 5 proc yet to really know?
I don't know, but from what I understand, it's not worth it because you get no secondary stats, none, like none, no secondary stats at all. Like that's not good.
Yeah,
Like
especially
that's
on
pretty
your
rough.
on a two-hander weapon, there's usually a ton of stats.
Exactly. So that's where a lot of complaints are coming in at. So, well, I think a lot of people get it, yes, and you also got to think of if it eats two-handed weapons, it only eats two-handed weapons of equal or greater value, right? So one, you're not going to make it eat something of greater value because you would use that. At least I would think so. And
I mean, no,
you're probably
that's-
not going to get a weapon to feed it for a little bit, right? Unless you get it in normal and you can get some, Mythic Plus stuff that's equal. But
Or heroic.
or well, I mean, yeah, but there
I
were
mean,
people doing like 15
they're
plays one.
basically treating the two-hander like it's a legendary.
Correct, but it has to be equal or lesser value. But anyway, like I was saying, if you are going to feed it a weapon, like say you get that weapon, and then another two-hander weapon drops in the raid, if you have other people who want a two-handed weapon, like you're gonna take that two-handed weapon away from those people so that you can eat it.
Yep, that's what's gonna happen all across the raid. Take someone like Ryu. That's not even a question. You know that shit's going down. Gone. Like shit.
That's messed up. But hey, it is what it is. So it is personal loot. So if you get another weapon and you could feed it, just destroy it. But hey, it is what it is.
Next up, I would say we're both like, we don't use them, but we would say the daggers are pretty cool.
Oh,
These are the ones she fought Sarfang with, right? You were saying there's a bleed or something?
There is a bleed effect on the daggers. And I guess when you get 2 of them, you can dual wield them. It is supposed to boost your damage by almost like 10%. Like right off the top. Like you're supposed to get an extra, like it's supposed to be insane. So there's another weapon, which is the pole arm, where you have to be behind the target. This is not that way. This is like you can just fight them anywhere and they do the bleed. And supposedly the bleed is immense. It's not overpowered when it's just you have 1, but when you have 2, that's when it's supposed to be like, whoa, like this is crazy. Yeah. So assassination rogues, I think, will be a thing again. So just because of that, the bleed alone. But it's they were saying it is like gaping wounds, gushing wounds from your corrupted gear last expansion.
Nice.
They had gushing wounds, and there was paladins able to like clear whole dungeons by themselves because of gushing wounds. Supposedly this is very similar to that, and it does a really good amount of damage. So rogues, get hype. You're about to get some love.
And the last item I really like to bring up is that you can loot off Sylvanas is Sarfang's soul as a trinket. So
yes, how cool is that, man?
That's cool, but kind of messed up. But
it's kind of
really cool.
It's cool. I love it.
Are you excited, guys? Are you playing 9.1 right now? We'll have this video out tomorrow. It should be up during maintenance. So if you watch it then or not, let us know. How are you enjoying 9.1? How do you feel about Korthia? How do you feel about the new weapons, the new dungeon, all that good stuff, guys? You got anything else, buddy?
No, man, I'm pretty happy. Thank you for tuning in. If you see, my boy Tang is feeling a little bit better. Got a way smaller stomach, and he's shrinking as we speak. So it's good to see you're getting a lot better. Day 1 wasn't so great. Day 2 wasn't so great, but here we are. And I'm glad to see you doing well, buddy.
Thanks, buddy. And with that said, guys, like, sub. Thanks a lot. Gaming Dads out.